Hello, everyone, and welcome to this deep dive into Ethan Mollick's best-selling book, Co-Intelligence: Living and Working with AI. Today, we're covering the powerful opening sections, the introduction titled Three Sleepless Nights, and the entire Chapter 1, Creating Alien Minds. This is the foundation of the whole book. Mollick doesn't just explain what AI is, he helps us feel the profound shift that's happening right now and shows us how to think about it. So grab a coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's begin. Introduction: Three Sleepless Nights. Ethan Mollick starts the book with a bold statement. I believe the cost of getting to know AI, really getting to know AI, is at least three sleepless nights. He explains that after just a few hours of using modern generative AI systems like ChatGPT, something clicks. You suddenly realize these large language models, LLMs, don't behave like any computer you've ever used before. They don't act like cold, rule-based machines. Instead, they act more like a person, fluent, creative, sometimes even witty. It hits you. You are talking to something new, something alien. And you know deep down that the world is about to change. You lie awake, excited and nervous at the same time. Questions flood your mind. What will my job look like in a few years? What kind of careers will my kids have? Is this thing actually thinking? You get up in the middle of the night, open your laptop, and throw increasingly impossible tasks at the AI, only to watch it deliver surprisingly good results. That's when the sleepless nights really begin. Mollick shares his own story. As a professor at Wharton who studies innovation and has been experimenting with AI for years, even he was shocked by ChatGPT when it launched in November 2022. He demonstrated it live in his entrepreneurship class just 4 days after release. Students were stunned. One student built a working demo for his project, something that would normally take weeks, in just a few hours with AI's help. Suddenly, students were using AI to explain difficult concepts like they were 10 years old. Essays came back with perfect grammar. But along with the excitement came real anxiety. Students asked him serious questions. Should I still become a radiologist if AI can read scans? Will writing marketing copy still be a viable job? Could artificial general intelligence arrive before we graduate? Mollick didn't have all the answers, but he decided to experiment deeply himself. He had spent years and huge resources building complex business simulations for teaching. Then, he gave ChatGPT one simple prompt to act as a negotiation teacher, and it created an interactive simulation that did about 80% of what his professional team had built over months. That was the moment his own sleepless nights started. He found himself arguing with chatbots, generating beautiful images from text, writing code in languages he never learned, and realizing that AI could do large parts of his own job, and perhaps many others. He discovered something remarkably close to an alien co-intelligence, a system that can interact beautifully with humans without being human or even truly sentient. Mollick believes we will all have our three sleepless nights soon. One night from pure wonder and excitement, one from fear and uncertainty, and one from trying to figure out what to do next. And that's exactly why he wrote this book, to be a practical, optimistic guide through this new era. AI is what experts call a general purpose technology, like the steam engine or the internet. These technologies transform every industry and every part of life. In many ways, generative AI may be even bigger because it works directly with human thinking itself. It acts as a co-intelligence that can augment, or in some cases, replace parts of human cognition. With that powerful setup, Mollick moves into Chapter 1 to explain exactly what this alien mind is and how it came to exist. Chapter 1: Creating Alien Minds. The chapter opens by addressing the confusion around the word AI. People use it for everything: Siri, recommendation engines, self-driving car research, sci-fi robots, even credit scoring systems. Mollick wants to clear this up so we understand what's truly new and revolutionary about today's generative AI. He takes us on a quick tour through AI history. The dream of machines that can think like humans is old. In the 1770s, the famous Mechanical Turk amazed audiences by playing chess against Napoleon and Benjamin Franklin. Everyone thought it was a brilliant automaton, but it was actually a human chess master hiding inside. It was a hoax, yet it sparked real wonder about machine intelligence. In the 20th century, real progress began. Alan Turing proposed the imitation game, the Turing test. If a machine could converse so naturally that you couldn't tell it was a machine, does that count as intelligence? Claude Shannon built a mechanical mouse that could learn to navigate a maze. For decades after that, AI went through cycles of hype followed by disappointment, the famous AI winters. Progress was made on narrow tasks, but general intelligence stayed out of reach. Everything changed in 2017 with a groundbreaking paper from Google called Attention is All You Need. This introduced the transformer architecture and the attention mechanism. Suddenly, AI could process language much more effectively by focusing on the most relevant parts of the input. This breakthrough enabled the creation of large language models, LLMs. These models are trained on vast amounts of human text, basically the entire internet's worth of books, articles, websites, and conversations. They learn statistical patterns in language at an enormous scale. At their heart, LLMs do something surprisingly simple. They predict the next token, the next word or piece of a word. When you type a prompt, the model calculates what should come next based on everything it has seen during training, then generates text one token at a time. With billions or trillions of parameters, fine-tuning and techniques like reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, the output becomes shockingly fluent and human-like. Today's generative AI goes even further. We now have image generators, video tools, and multimodal models that can understand and create across text, images, audio, and more. But here comes the central philosophy of the chapter and really of the whole book. These LLMs are not just advanced software or tools, they behave like alien minds. They are trained on human knowledge and can speak our language fluently. They can write essays, generate code, tell jokes, summarize documents, and reason through problems. Yet, they are fundamentally not human. They have no consciousness, no real world experiences, and no genuine understanding in the way we do. They are extremely sophisticated pattern matchers that have been trained to act as if they are thinking. Mollick puts it powerfully. We have convinced well-organized sand, silicon chips, to pretend to think like us. This is new in human history. We have built tools that amplify our physical strength and tools that automate repetitive work. But we have never before created a general-purpose technology that directly boosts or augments our intelligence itself. That's what makes generative AI a true co-intelligence. These alien minds have incredible strengths, near perfect recall of their training data, and the ability to connect ideas across vast amounts of information faster than any human. But they also have quirks. They can hallucinate, confidently making up plausible sounding but completely false information, because their goal is to produce helpful, fluent text rather than strict truth. Mollick introduces one of the most useful concepts in the book, the jagged frontier of AI capabilities. AI performance is not smooth or predictable, it's jagged. On some tasks, AI is superhuman. It can write creative copy, brainstorm ideas, or pass difficult exams with flying colors. On neighboring tasks, it can fail badly, making simple math mistakes, struggling with very recent events, or producing inconsistent reasoning. You can't assume it will be good or bad at something until you test it. This jagged frontier means the only way to truly understand AI is through hands-on experimentation. Play with it, push its limits, discover where it excels and where it falls short in your own work and life. The chapter closes by reminding us that generative AI is a general-purpose technology on the scale of the steam engine or electricity. Because it works with language and thought, the core of how humans operate, its impact could be enormous. We have created something alien, something remarkably capable of collaborating with us. The big question now is how to live and work with this alien co-intelligence effectively. How do we align it with our goals? How do we combine our human strengths with its abilities to create something even better together? That question sets up the rest of the book. The rules for co-intelligence, how to treat AI as a person, a creative partner, a co-worker, a tutor, and a coach, and what the future might hold. So, after the 3 sleepless nights, and after understanding that we have created alien minds with a jagged frontier, the message from Ethan Mollick is clear and optimistic. Don't fear AI, don't ignore it. Learn to work with it as a partner. Start experimenting today. Invite AI to the table in your work, your learning, and your creative projects. Keep the human firmly in the loop. Treat it like a smart but alien colleague. And always assume it's the worst version you'll ever use, because the technology is improving rapidly. If this video helped you understand the beginning of co-intelligence, let me know in the comments. Did you have your own 3 sleepless nights moment yet? What surprised you most? The history, the way LLMs actually work, or the idea of the jagged frontier? In future videos, we'll continue with Chapter 2, Aligning the Alien, the 4 rules for co-intelligence, and then how AI can act as a person, a creative, a co-worker, a tutor, and a coach. If you haven't read the book yet, I highly recommend it. It's practical, honest, and full of real examples. Thank you so much for watching this long-form summary. If you found it valuable, please like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns of important books on AI and the future. Drop your questions or thoughts below. I read every comment. Until next time, keep experimenting with AI, stay curious, and remember, the future belongs to those who learn to co-intelligently work with these alien minds. Take care.